Okay, good morning, everyone. It's 8:30 in the morning on March 3rd, and I'm going to call to order this Land Use and Transportation Committee meeting. Looking at the roll call, we have all members present. Thank you all. We'll move on to the consent agenda. So 2A is minutes from the Land Use and Transportation February 3rd, 2026 regular meeting, and B, the payment of bills and transfers. May I get a motion to put that on the floor? Motion by Member Reeves, second by Member Duffy. Any questions or concerns? Okay, all those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed? Okay, that passes unanimously. We'll move on to item number 3, appearances by members of the public and county employees. I'm told we have neither. Okay, thank you so much. So we'll move on to item 4A, Phil Dick from the Building and Zoning, and he has 4A1A request by David and Wilma Kaiser in case S2601 for approval of a waiver of preliminary plan requirements and approval of a 2-lot subdivision final plat for the Stringtown Solar Subdivision, which is in Dale Township, immediately southwest of the intersection of 1075 East Road and 1000 North Road. May I get a motion to put this on the floor? Motion by Member Bessler, second by Member Reeves. Floor is yours.
Thank you. This is a application to do a 2-lot subdivision on which they're proposing to put a solar farm, and that'll go to a public hearing tonight at the Zoning Board of Appeals. It is along Stringtown Road. They propose to have access along Stringtown Road. They've discussed this with the county engineer. He's approved an entrance there. The Health Department recommends approval of it. Tom Ryan, representing Dave and Wilma Kaiser, is here to answer any questions if you have any. We recommend approval of it.
Anyone have any questions? I apologize for mispronouncing the name. Member Reeves.
What was the size of this?
It's about 80. It's an 80-acre piece. It's divided in two. With the slightly larger piece will be where the solar farm is proposed to be.
Any other questions or concerns for Phil or the landowner? Okay, seeing none, we'll be taking a vote on item 4A1A, request by David and Wilma Kaiser in case S2601. All those in favor, please say aye. Opposed? Okay, passes, and I mispronounced the name again. Kaiser, I'm sorry. Okay, Phil, you have no other items. Is there anything you want to update us on?
No, just that at the zoning hearing tonight, we'll be discussing data centers for a text amendment that came from this committee last month, and also this solar energy generating facility will be on the agenda as well.
Any questions? Go ahead, Member Reeves.
Will that be a pajama party again tonight, Phil? Or
No, it should be kind of quiet, but you may wear your pajamas.
As a formality, I asked Julie can you give us a percentage of budget actual versus planned for this fiscal year?
At this point, according to the auditor's office, we spent about 13% of our budget.
Excellent. All right, thank you, sir.
Anything else from the committee? Okay, thank you, Mr. Dick. We'll see you this evening. We'll move on to Jerry Stokes, County Engineer. Item 4B1A, request approval of resolution from February 24, 2026, project letting. May I get a motion to put this on the floor? A motion by Member Leffler, second by Member Fagan.
Yes, thank you. So this is going to be another resurfacing project that'll involve cold in place recycling, that where we'll till up the existing road and add foamed asphalt into that, and then put about 2.5 inches of hot mix overlay on top of that. So this goes from the eastern side of Leroy to the Sabina Road.
Any questions from the committee about this item? Okay. Member Reeves.
I apologize. Is that commonly known as Leroy School Road?
Yes. Okay. Yeah. We got a project in town, Leroy, that we're doing. That was, we approved last month, and this was kind of continuation of that. It's just a little bit different process involved. So it's like, I don't know, 5.5 miles, I think. So
Anything else from the committee? Okay, seeing none, we'll be voting on 4B1A, request approval of resolution from the February 24th, 2026 project letting. All those in favor, please say aye. Opposed? That passes unanimously. We'll move on to 4B1B, request approval of resolution for the purchase of 2 dump bodies, hoists, and hydraulics from Monroe Equipment. May I get a motion to put that on the floor? Motion by Member Reeves, second by Member Fagan.
So this is our dump bodies for trucks that we're looking to get in 2027. It takes about 12 to 15 months to get these beds and hydraulics in. And so last year, we, I think in August or September last year, we tried to get out ahead of it a little bit more. And so we could have the beds available for our 26 trucks in here at the end of the summer. And that way they're ready to go by the time winter hits. And so we're not really having a problem getting the tandem trucks, the cabs and the chassis. And so doing this now will put us in line for next spring to have these beds in place. And then the trucks will also be in at that time as part of the budget for 27, then we'll have those trucks probably January or February.
Any questions from the committee on this item? Member Barth.
So you mentioned we did the same process last year to order the beds. I'm assuming that process worked well?
Well, we don't have the beds yet because it's going to be like an August timeframe because that's when we did it last year.
Okay.
So so those beds came out of those ended up coming out of the 25 budget, and if we approve these today, will be out of the 26 budget. We'll just have to carry the money over into 27.
Okay, gotcha. Thank you.
Member Reeves.
Do you know what the year-over-year price increase is from last year to this year?
So, yeah, thanks. It did go up about $18,000 from last year, but we also changed where we're going electric over hydraulic on some of that stuff where we didn't have that before. So that's the major price increase.
And that's to accompany the new trucks that have all the electric over hydraulic
Yes.
integration?
Yes.
Any additional questions from the committee? Okay, seeing none, we'll be voting on 4B1B, request approval of resolution for the purchase of 2 dump bodies, hoists, and hydraulics from Monroe Equipment. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed? Okay, that passes unanimously. We'll move to 4B1C, request approval of a resolution for the purchase of a new flatbed truck and truck-mounted attenuator. May I get a motion to put that on the floor? Motion by Member Reeves, second by Member Duffy. If I don't do that once a meeting, it's not really a meeting.
So this is a truck and attenuator that we use for painting operations or other time where we need, like a lot of times if we're going out on Tawana Barnes Road or something where we need a vehicle that goes behind when the guys are working, whether it's painting or patching or whatever. And so I actually have a couple pictures of our existing one here. So this is actually a 2003 International, and so the attenuator is on the back side of it there, and so it's supposed to fold up, and it's so old we can't get it to fold up anymore, so we just run it like this when we need it. So, that was bought in 2003 as well. And I think the attenuator's been on like 2 or 3 different trucks. And so, we're looking to, replace the truck and the attenuator because on the truck side, we use when we're out painting, we use the bed of the truck to put, extra paint totes and beads on there. And then we can fill out on the roadside. And so this is kind of what we're looking at for a new one. So you kind of can see that it's a little bit more, a little bit more condensed, I guess, but still does the job, and so there's kind of an overview of it. And so it'll fold up, and then it'll fold up over the top of the bed as well, and there's also an arrow board included with this. So so we got the trucks coming from Rush Truck Centers, and then the attenuator itself is going to be from Road Safe Traffic Systems, and then our guys in our welding shop are going to install it on the truck.
Does anyone have any questions? Member Reeves?
Was that an old snowplow truck that you put the attenuator on? You
Yes.
just saved one back?
Yes. Yeah, we're starting to have problems with that, but the good thing about that truck, it was, pre-emissions, so,
Member Fagan?
Just out of curiosity, are these attenuators single use? So if someone does happen to impact it?
Pretty much. I think this one is actually easy to be repaired. I think that the parts are available and that you can repair them depending on the type of damage, but probably depending on the impact would probably be a one-time use.
Any further questions? Okay, seeing none, we'll vote on 4B1C, request approval of a resolution for the purchase of a new flatbed truck and truck-mounted attenuator. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed? Okay, that passes unanimously. We'll move to 4B1D, request approval of a bridge construction petition for joint culvert replacement number 1 for Lawndale Road District. May I get a motion? Motion by Member Reeves, second by Member Zebarth.
So this is a culvert there in Lawndale Township. The existing culvert's an 8-foot wide by 3-foot tall box. I do have some pictures of this one here. So this is kind of interesting. I don't think I've really ever seen anything like it. So they had the culvert under the main roadway, and it looked like it had been extended. And so they came in here and put this bracing, metal bracing in over the roadway, and but it's starting, the concrete around it and everything's starting to fail. You can kind of see a lot of the debris coming from the road is coming down in the culvert there, and so basically we're going to take this out and put 3 48-inch pipes in here to accommodate the water flow. But you can kind of see where it's starting to fail on the road and everything. So. We're wanting to get that replaced here as soon as possible.
Okay, anyone have any questions about this item? Okay, seeing none, we'll vote on 4B1D, request approval of a bridge construction petition for joint culvert replacement number 1 for Lawndale Road District. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed? That passes unanimously. We'll move to 4B1E, request approval of a bridge construction petition for joint culvert replacement number 1, White Oak Road District. May I get a motion to put that on the floor? Motion by Member Leffler, second by Member Reeves.
So this is in White Oak Township, just north of 150 on what we call kind of Sunset Lake Road, and it's kind of been on the radar for a while. And so it's a 7-foot tall or 7-foot wide by 5-foot tall box culvert, and it's really narrow, and so there's a lot of traffic on this road, and so you can kind of see how narrow it is here and on this. And so we're actually looking to take the box culvert out and put an 84-inch culvert pipe in here to accommodate that and get everything widened out far enough to get outside the clear zone. And we'll put riprap up and down the stream, and then we also have to, since we're going to be extending it out, we're kind of blocking the ditch flow here, and so this is we're going to actually put a pipe in the ditch and kind of tee into the 84-inch, or actually put an inlet in there and then tee into the 84-inch culvert. So so this for White Oak Township, and we're looking to do that this summer as well.
Any questions about this item? Okay, seeing none, we'll be voting on 4B1E, request approval of a bridge construction petition for joint culvert replacement number 1 for White Oak Road District. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed? Okay, that item passes unanimously, and we'll move to the final item, 4B1F, request approval of agreement for stormwater education program services with the Ecology Action Center. May I get a motion to put that on the floor? Motion by Member Duffy, second by Member Zebarth.
So this is our kind of the renewal agreement for with the Ecology Action Center, and so this kind of ties into the MS4 permit that was approved last month that we sent into the EPA, and part of that permit is an education and outreach component that that needs to be done, and so the Ecology Action Center takes that on for the municipalities here in McLean County, and so this is the renewal of it. They have added some additional requirements onto the stormwater education as far as reaching out to industrial and commercial businesses and that type of thing that do salt work and that type of stuff. So Katie Vogler from the Ecology Action Center is here if you got any specific questions related to the permit. In the permit, I tried to highlight some of the new things that were changing from the previous version of the permit, and so our the 2026 price in McLean County is going to be $5,400, and it's about a $2,100 increase from 2025. But that's to kind of accommodate some of these additional requirements that the permit is requiring.
Does anyone have any questions for Jerry or the representative from the Ecology Action Center?
I will just need to abstain from this vote due to a conflict of interest.
Thank you, Member Bessler. Any questions from anyone? Okay, seeing none, we'll vote on 4B1F, request approval of agreement for stormwater education program services with the Ecology Action Center. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed? Okay, that passes with one abstention. Thank you so much, Jerry. And you have the other portion of your, do you have any other items to be presented? Nothing today?
No, I'll just make mention that, so we did have one other resurfacing project that was on the IDOT letting from Friday, and that's the Anchor Road, and road construction was the low bidder on that project, and so that's just basically a mill and resurfacing project from Route 9 to 165, and so they're hoping to start that sometime here in April to get that knocked out fairly quick, so.
Any questions for Mr. Stokes? Member Reeves?
I know you're familiar with the road, but I think it's County Road 28 that runs east and west in front of Cornerstone.
Yes.
Have you had a chance to come up with a master plan for that, other than waiting?
Yes, so we did go out there and meet with Cornerstone, and they kind of told us about their capital improvement plans that they want to do, and discussed a turn lane, and so I wrote them a letter, and it was presented to their board. They were not in favor of at this time at least participating to. I guess we were requesting some funds to start the engineering work and get out ahead of that a little bit. It's not in their budget, so if we do a reconstruction project in the future, we'll try to go back to them and see if they'll be willing to pay some additional money for the turn lane going into their facility. With that being said, we have looked at some numbers and some ideas to come up with something to do in here this summer in the near term to fix the crown in the road and make the overall road safer, the shoulder drop offs and everything. So we're putting prices together, but it's probably going to be like $500,000 to do that, and so it'll probably eliminate a project that we had planned in Danvers, which we can push off till next year, and we've kind of already we're talking about that anyway. Besides this Ireland Grove work, but that's kind of what we're looking at, and we're looking at some other options and running some numbers. But the preliminary findings are like around $500,000, and so I think we can put that contract together pretty quick. And so I might here at the end of March actually put that out, or here in March put that out for bid and bring it back next month to because it'll kind of coincide with our oil and chip maintenance work that we're going to be doing, because we're looking at kind of basically tilling the road up, putting some new gravel down in there, and then putting a new A3 surface on it at this time. And I think that'll hopefully allow us then in the future to come back and look at it, and we might already have a good base established to be able to be used and as we go along.
Thank you for doing that and for that update.
Sure.
Member Reeves.
Can you give us a snapshot of where we are as a percentage of the budget for the fiscal year?
Sure. So, I guess, so in the highway fund, I kind of broke it out into like our 500s and 600s basically. So, so our 500 lines and that's mainly our payroll, were around 17%. And then, in our 600, which is, our goods and services, were around 13.5% so far. And then, in our 700s, which is the other services, is around 17%. And then also in our 800s, which is our capital line item, is also around 17%. So I guess in a nutshell, 17% out of the highway fund so far.
Awesome.
And then the bridge fund, we've purchased a lot of pipe that we're going to plan on doing this year. So we're probably are already around like 20% out of our maintenance and engineering group. And then MFT, we're just around 8% on the payroll side, and then about 5% on any of the purchases. So,
And that pipe will be reimbursed from anybody that uses it other than us, right?
yeah, some of it's actually for our county projects, and then other is for either township projects or our stock allotment that the townships come in and use.
Thank you, sir.
Member Zebarth.
Jerry, is that, I suspect that your budget burn rate is dependent upon various projects and when they hit in terms of that cycle. Are we at where you anticipated we'd be from a budgetary standpoint, or was there anything that was unexpected from an expense standpoint?
No, the Hudson Road project came a lot higher than what we were thinking, but then, it's kind of been offset by some of these other projects the last couple of months that came in lower. So I think we're in good shape. I think as far as the major capital improvement projects that we have, yeah, I'm not anticipating anything there now. Depending on what we do with Ireland Grove and Danvers and that may change that a little bit and may jockey some projects around over the next couple of years. But I think it's all doable.
Any further questions for Jerry? Okay, thank you so much, Jerry. Okay, so we'll move on to 4C. Cassie Taylor being represented by her trustee, Kathy Dreyer.
Administration has no items for action or information.
Okay, thank you so much. We'll move on to yes. Numerically, I think we're off, but that's okay. Other business and communication. Next meeting date is Tuesday, April the 7th, 2026 at 8:30. If anything else from the committee? Seeing none, we are adjourned. Thank you.